And our team coverage continues. Another spot where we believe a tornado might have touched down, Abbeville County. This is along Stevenson Road. This is Carrie Hall's property. I was actually out there. I interviewed her live this afternoon on the 5 o'clock news. She was in her house, crunched down in the hallway. Then just down the road, that driver of that truck barely escaped injury after being caught in the middle of that tornado. And look at this. These are pictures I got from locals there. That is at Ford Ranger. That man driving that told first responders, all of a sudden, just things went white and everything around him started falling. He was able to walk away, and they say just if you'd have been feet more up the road, it could have been a much different story tonight. Someone was definitely watching over that driver there. And again, this was all there along Stevenson Road, Old Hodges Road, 203. And we do know the National Weather Service will be out there tomorrow, hopefully if the weather works out for us, to survey what we believe is a tornado and just how large it was. But we've been out there all afternoon talking with those locals who, again, it's just miraculous no one was hurt.
Right. I mean, that's really what we have to be so thankful for at the end of the day. Fox Carolina's Matt Kaufax live tonight there in Abbeville County. And Matt, we know you're standing in front of some very large trees that were just split in two.
Yeah, well, Tori, Cody, you talk about close calls. This family also feels like someone was watching over them. They tell me they feel blessed that they were also not injured. I'm going to just take you through here. You can see the ground. This has all been completely ripped out, root and stem. You can see this fence. This fencing goes all the way around their property on this farm here, the Wilson Farm. And when trees that are this thick, when they start snapping in half, that's when you get the sneaking suspicion that something may have touched down here. I want to show you something new just in the last few minutes while we were here. More crews showing up. You see their trucks right here. They're trying to help restore the power for the Wilsons as they pick up the pieces, of which there are many. And I mentioned the man who lives here, Dale Wilson. He says that he has been here for decades. He's never experienced anything like this in his entire life. He has a shed barn area out in the back of his property. He's got cows. That was flattened. Thankfully, his animals are okay, but he had to corral them, fighting the elements with no real path. He says it was like something out of a movie. It sounded like a freight train, the storm. He says despite all of this, there's still some silver lining. No one was seriously hurt. And just take a listen to what he said about the moments that he was hiding in the closet as this rolled through.
I was hoping that since the roof was still on the house, I was hoping everything else was okay. But then I started evaluating, and you can see what's going on.
And we do have some helpful advice for folks who maybe without power like the Wilsons are here. I caught up with a crew earlier before I came down here to survey this damage. I was about an hour and a half away in Travelers Rest at Cornerstone Construction. They are an upstate construction company that deals mainly with roofing and siding, but they're actually sending crews down here. They've already sent about 5 or 6, but they say they could have up to 20 down here by the morning, depending on how great that need is, and we're going to get you that information when we do have it. They're aiming to help people with things like inspections and insurance claims. So if you have any questions about that, they're one outlet that you at home can reach out to if you're watching this right now and want some help so that you don't experience that financial hardship or otherwise. Hear what their branch manager, Colin Thompson, had to say to me.
We've definitely got 5 to 6 guys on the ground in Abbeville now, checking for damage, seeing what's going on down there, and they're communicating back with us. And we'll have as many as 20 to 25 guys there tomorrow if the damage warrants that, if the need is there.
He says those crews are going to be getting in around 7:30 a.m. this morning. And as we mentioned, just kind of a crazy scene all around here. There's so much more we can't show you because of how pitch black it is because of the lack of power. But we do want to mention that if you have any of those questions, you can reach out. We've seen crews like this one coming out here all night. We're going to keep you updated as we learn more, and our morning crews will pick this up for you on the 4 and 5 a.m. news. In Greenville tonight, Matt Kaufax, Fox Carolina, the 11 o'clock news.